Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Both the FIRs against your channel's journalist have been stayed by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has given 4 weeks' time to the Standing Council of Tripura State to file a reply. The judges consisted of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice Suryakant, and Justice Vikram Nath. The advocates who we'd like to thank was Senior Counsel Siddharth Luthra and Advocate on Record Mr. Sandeep Deshmukh. We thank all of them, and most importantly, we thank all of you all for the kind of support that you gave us, for a whole lot of subscription that came through you for us to tide over this particular financial expense that we had to deal with. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please keep on subscribing. Please keep on helping us. We need to get this over with. We need to get this FIR over with. Let's get into the editorial. The Prime Minister of India tweeted, and this is what the Prime Minister of India had to tweet. Hear this.
आज पूरी यूपी भली भांति जानता है कि लाल टोपी वालों को लाल बत्ती से मतलब रहा है, आपकी दुख तकलीफों से नहीं। लाल टोपी वालों को सत्ता चाहिए, घोटालों के लिए, अपनी तिजोरी भरने के लिए, अवैध कब्जों के लिए, माफियाओं को खुली छूट देने के लिए। लाल टोपी वालों को सरकार बनानी है आतंकवादियों पर मेहरबानी दिखाने के लिए, आतंकवादियों को जेल से छुड़ाने के लिए। और इसलिए याद रखिए, लाल टोपी वाले यूपी के लिए रेड अलर्ट हैं, यानी खतरे की घंटी।
What he said in this tweet is, he said that red caps want to form the government in Uttar Pradesh to show leniency towards terrorists, to bring them out of jail. This is what the Prime Minister of India said. The question I ask tonight is it right for the Prime Minister of India to campaign for election? Let's get right into the show. Should a Prime Minister of our country get into political campaigning? This particular tweet was tweeted from the official handle of the Prime Minister of India. In fact, the handle says the Office of Prime Minister of India. Narendra Modi's handle is different to the Prime Minister of India's handle. Narendra Modi is saying it, fine, because he is a leader of his party. But the Prime Minister of India trying to talk about another political party and the way he spoke, is it justified? Is this how a constitutional authority like the Prime Minister of India, the topmost constitutional authority, is this the way the Prime Minister of India should react? Is this what our politics has come to? That's the question I asked tonight. And you know what? It is not anything new. Kuch naya nahi hai. It is not new. This has been happening, and this has been happening especially in the last 7 years. Especially in the last 7 years. Because I will tell you, you see, they say, according to an article in The Quint, there was a video that went viral where Madhya Pradesh's governor was seen telling BJP workers how to garner votes. A governor is a constitutional position, a political position. She was seen telling the BJP workers how to garner votes. Let me tell you, I'm going to read out a few things. I'll be reading a little, but all the same. This is interesting. 2016, on December 9th, a group of rebel Congress MLAs approached Governor J.P. Rajkova to impeach the Speaker, Nabam Rebia of Arunachal State Assembly. Congress protested, but the Modi government imposed precedent rule in the state. Later, with the Supreme Court's intervention, the president's rule was lifted and the court rejected the plea of rebel Congress MLAs. So, the governor didn't act as per the constitution, didn't act for the constitution, because that's exactly what the Supreme Court did. The Supreme Court threw away, the Supreme Court rejected the president's law. The governor acted for a political party. Let me tell you one more example. 2017, Goa. In the year 2017, no party won a clear majority in the Goa State Assembly elections. Congress emerged as the single largest party, winning 17 seats in the 40-seat assembly. However, Governor Mridula Sinha invited Bharatiya Janata Party to form the government. The single largest party was not invited. The single largest party was not invited. The party that was invited was the second, Bharatiya Janata Party. Why? Because the governor came from Mridula Sinha, was from Bharatiya Janata Party. Let me go further. In 2017, Manipur. Here again, in a 60-member assembly, Congress emerged as the single largest party, winning 28 seats. However, Governor Najma Heptullah, who incidentally was in Congress before, Najma Heptullah invited Bharatiya Janata Party first to prove the majority, and later Bharatiya Janata Party clubbed together 4 MLAs from the National People's Party, 4 from Naga People's Front, and 1 from Trinamool Congress to form the government with BJP's Biren Singh, who's sworn in as Chief Minister of the state. Again, the same thing happened. The single largest party was not called in. The second party was called in. This second party, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, clubbed 4 MLAs from here, 4 MLAs from here, 1 MLA from there. And Najma Heptullah, who used to be, like I said, a former Congress leader who jumped to Bharatiya Janata Party, she changed the tide and she ensured Bharatiya Janata Party wins the election. Let me tell you a few more before we get into the analysis of this. 1970, no, I want to tell you 2 or 3 more because I want you to understand why when I said that it happened more between 2014 to 2021, I want to show you a few of them. Let me talk about 2017, Bihar. Nitish Kumar led Janata Dal United broke the grand alliance with Congress and RJD and later formed alliance with former foe Bharatiya Janata Party and staked claim to form government. BJP appointed Governor Keshri Nath Tripathi ignored single largest party RJD's claim and made Nitish Kumar the Chief Minister. 2018 Meghalaya, here too the Congress lost another state despite winning more seats than any other party in the election. In the 50 seats assembly, the Congress won 21 seats, followed by NPP 19 and BJP and UDP getting 2 and 6 seats respectively. However, the governor Ganga Prasad invited Condit Sangma of the NPP. NPP, mind you, had got 19, Congress had got 21, but NPP was invited Sangma of NPP to prove his majority. Sangma NPP formed the alliance with UDP, PDF, HSPDF and BJP to form the government in the state. I will give you more example. 2018, Governor Satyapal Malik ordered to dissolve the state assembly minutes after Mufti state claim to form the government with the support of ARC rival National Conference and the Congress for a shot at the government formation with the support of 56 legislature in the 87-member assembly. Satyapal Malik had said that since there was absence of staff due to Eid holidays, he missed Mehbooba Mufti's letter staking claim and to form the government. And what really happened? He imposed the President's law, which means the center rules the state. Bharatiya Janata Party rules Kashmir. He said that my fax was not working. There are no staff. Therefore, I didn't even see what Mufti Muhammad said. I don't know whether she had the members. I didn't see her request, so I didn't do it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the shift of power in a state happened because people were on leave. They were celebrating Eid. This fax machine didn't work. Okay, I will give you more examples. 2019, Rajasthan. As Rajasthan Governor, Kalyan Singh commented that as a party worker, he wants the BJP to win in the Lok Sabha election. He said that it is important for the nation and the society that Narendra Modi should become the Prime Minister of India again. This is what a sitting governor said in 2019. A governor is not supposed to campaign for a political party. Like I said, he is a constitutional position. A president is a constitutional position. A Chief Justice of India is a constitutional position. These are people who are not supposed to campaign for a political party or for a person. But this is what in 2019, the Rajasthan governor Kalyan Singh said. Let's go further. 2019, Maharashtra, I was very much witness to that. A month after the October assembly elections threw up a hung parliament, and minutes after president's rule was lifted at 4:47, Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari swore in Bharatiya Janata Party's Devendra Fadnavis as CM and Nationalist Party NCP's Ajit Pawar as Deputy CM. There was, for some time, there was president's rule. Once the president's rule was lifted, early morning at 5:47, I think a lot of you all will remember, he sworn in Mr. Devendra Fadnavis as the CM, and Ajit Pawar, who was supposed to break away from the Nationalist Congress Party faction, and made him the Deputy CM. And this was done by the governor, Mr. Koshyari, Bhagat Singh Koshyari in Maharashtra. I will give you a few more examples. 2020, Madhya Pradesh. Late Madhya Pradesh Governor Laljit Tandon called for a floor test, giving Kamalnath-led Congress government a 48 hours notice. The governor's move came after the delegation of Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Shivraj Singh Chauhan, demanded an immediate floor test. 48 hours was given to Kamalnath. 48 hours, and he was told 48 hours mein prove karo, nahi to get out. Why? Because Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who was the Bharatiya Janata Party opposition leader, came and said that no, floor test chahiye. And the governor conceded to it. So the governor was not working for the state, then not working for the constitution, but somehow it was felt that the governor was working for the Bharatiya Janata Party opposition leader. There were many other occasions where there were tussles between the Delhi CM, the Delhi LG, Kiran Bedi versus Puducherry CM, Mamata Banerjee versus Jagdeep Singh Dhankar. You see, today it is weird. It is weird because wherever Bharatiya Janata Party is not in the government, that particular state seems to be in tussle with the governor, seems to be in tussle with the center. There is no coordination. Is this good for democracy? And today, the Prime Minister tweets. You see, there are certain things that a Prime Minister, especially a Prime Minister, President, Chief Justice of India, shouldn't be doing. And one of it is as an office, I'm talking about the Prime Minister's office. I am not talking about Narendra Modi. I am talking as a Prime Minister's office. Should not get involved, not indulge in politics. At least the Prime Minister's office should show statesmanship. Because it's a Prime Minister's office. It is the most important office in India. Because if that happens, then there is no rules. We are not playing by any rules. Our political situation will be anybody can do anything. You know, I'll tell you another story. I'll give you another example. You know, you remember Arun Mishra, the Justice of Supreme Court? You remember Arun Mishra? Arun Mishra described Prime Minister Narendra Modi as internationally acclaimed visionary. Mind you, he was a sitting judge. Like I told you, a sitting Supreme Court judge, again, is apolitical. He commented that the versatile genius of Mr. Modi to think globally and act locally is amazing. He was delivering the vote of thanks in the inauguration of International Judiciary Conference in 2020. And of course, currently, Mr. Arun Mishra, former Justice Arun Mishra, is the National Human Rights Commission chief. The point that I'm trying to make is, if I am going to sit in front of a judge, and if I am going to fight a case against the government, and this the same judge who is sitting in front of me has said that, oh, you know, the Prime Minister, oh my God, his vision is too cool. He's one of the best visionaries in the world. Oh, he thinks global, acts local, and all of that. How can I expect him to give me justice? He's already made up his mind. How can a man who is himself prejudiced towards the government and the Prime Minister or the person who is sitting in the chair of the Prime Minister, if he is prejudiced, how am I expecting justice from him? How can he be a justice? And it is so sad that when he says all this, right after his retirement, he becomes the chief of National Human Rights Commission. ये सब कैसे होता है? How can the governor be part of a political party, be a political member, be a political appointee who is sitting there to help his political party? If all the governors, all the prime ministers, all the presidents, all the ministers starts helping a political party, who will help the country? What will happen to this country? Think about it. And the most important thing is what happens to our votes. What happens to our votes? Because between the governors and the MLAs and all of them, they decide and they make up their mind, then they make the government. What happens to our votes? हमारा vote का क्या? This is a serious question. And I think people, we the people of India should be aware of this. We the people of India should remember this. We the people of India should know what is happening in our parliament. I've been saying this for a long time. We should know what is happening in our parliament. We should know what is happening to our bills. We should know how much debates are happening on our bill. We should know what the constitutional position, people who are sitting in the constitutional position, speakers, governors, presidents, what are they doing? How are they acting? We should know about it. And tomorrow we should question them. This is what you need to do for your democracy. This is what you need to do to ensure that you're still in a democracy. Mind you, John Lewis's words, democracy is not a state, it is an act. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.